Welcome, curious minds. I am Nelson Mandela, a man who fought against apartheid and became a symbol of freedom and justice. Join me on a journey through my life and the struggles that have shaped our understanding of equality and human rights. I was born on July 18, 1918, in the small village of Mbezo, in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. My birth name was Rololala, which means pulling the branch of a tree, or more colloquially, troublemaker. From a young age, I was determined to live up to that name in the best way possible. My father was a chief, and my early years were spent in the company of elders, listening to stories of our people. After my father's death, I was sent to live with the regent of the Thembu people, who provided me with a formal education. This experience broadened my horizons and set me on a path toward fighting for justice. Education became my weapon against oppression. I attended the University of Fort Hare, where I began to develop my political ideas. It was there that I met like-minded individuals who shared my desire for change. However, our activism led to my expulsion from the university. Undeterred, I moved to Johannesburg and completed my studies through correspondence. It was in Johannesburg that I joined the African National Congress and began my lifelong fight against the apartheid regime. Alongside my friends and comrades, we organized protests and defied unjust laws. Apartheid was a system of institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination in South Africa. Black South Africans were treated as second-class citizens in their own country. We could not stand by and watch this injustice. Together with my comrades, we formed the ANC Youth League and began a campaign of civil disobedience. Our protests and demonstrations were met with brutal repression, but we remained steadfast. In 1961, we decided that peaceful protest was no longer enough. We formed the armed wing of the ANC, Umkhonto we Sizwe, and took up arms against the government. This was not an easy decision, but we believed it was necessary to achieve our freedom. In 1962, I was arrested and sentenced to life imprisonment. I spent the next 27 years behind bars, most of them on Robben Island. Life in prison was harsh, but we used the time to educate ourselves and each other. We studied, debated, and kept the spirit of resistance alive. Even in the darkest times, I never lost hope. I believed that our struggle would one day bear fruit. My letters to the outside world and my writings became a source of inspiration for many. We turned Robben Island into a university of the struggle, where we continued to fight for our freedom in spirit and in mind. Life on Robben Island was incredibly tough. We were forced to perform hard labor in a limestone quarry, where the glare of the sun caused permanent damage to my eyesight. But we never let the harsh conditions break our spirit. We found ways to maintain our dignity and humanity, even in the face of such adversity. One of the most memorable moments from my time in prison was when we secretly created a communication network among the prisoners. We would pass messages hidden inside tennis balls, which we would hit over the prison walls during our recreation time. This allowed us to stay informed and united in our struggle. I also found solace in writing. My autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, was written in secret and smuggled out of prison piece by piece. It was a way for me to reflect on my life and our struggle, and to share our story with the world. In 1990, after years of international pressure and internal resistance, I was finally released from prison. The sight of the crowds gathered to greet me was overwhelming. It was a moment of joy and determination. Our struggle was far from over, but it was a significant step toward our goal. We began negotiations with the apartheid government, led by President F. de Klerk. These talks were challenging, but both sides were committed to finding a peaceful resolution. In 1993, de Klerk and I were awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for our efforts to dismantle apartheid and establish democracy. In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic elections, and I was elected as the country's first black president. It was a historic moment, not just for South Africa, but for the world. Our victory was a testament to the power of perseverance and unity. As president, I focused on reconciliation and nation building. We had to heal the wounds of the past and build a united future. One of my proudest achievements was the establishment of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which allowed victims and perpetrators of apartheid to come forward and tell their stories. After serving one term as president, I stepped down, believing that leadership should be about service, not power. I continue to work for peace and social justice through the Nelson Mandela Foundation. My life has been a testament to the power of forgiveness, resilience, and the enduring fight for human rights. My legacy lives on in the countless people who continue to fight for justice and equality around the world. From education and health initiatives to peace-building efforts, the work we started continues to inspire new generations. Thank you for joining me on this journey through my life and struggles. If you found this exploration of my story inspiring, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more powerful content. Let us know in the comments which historical figure you would like to see next. Until then, stay hopeful and keep fighting for what is right.